Good morning, welcome to a new update of Crypto Michal. Today we're going to discuss what's going to happen on the markets, and we'll take it a little bit broader than Bitcoin and Ethereum itself. We're going to look at the reasoning why Bitcoin is moving up, and that's quite simple. But if you like my content, please subscribe to the channel or like beneath. That's helping me a lot. Also, follow me on Instagram. Next week we'll start with some weekly tips and tricks and just showing more of what I'm doing in my life. Already started with some more posts than regular. Alright, so what we see on Bitcoin is essentially that we're still facing resistance. And as I've been tweeting yesterday, I refuse to become bullish inside a resistance zone. Essentially also given that Ethereum has just been making a 2x almost. And is also facing resistance zones. Silver and gold are also overextended to the upwards notion. Essentially silver is also fighting a resistance zone which is similar to Bitcoin. So concluding that you should be bullish in resistance area is not the way to make money. If you want to make money, you can become bullish at a support resistance flip of the resistance zone. So in this case, it's going to be when we break through 12k, flip that area for support. That's going to be the support resistance flip that you want to become bullish for. Overall, long term, I'm very bullish on crypto, DeFi, oracles, everything related to it. But short term, I just can't be bullish if I see the PA that's just going to happen right now. And essentially, Ethereum is an example on it, of it, and Ripple is also one of them. BTC, what we see here is that we had a compression period after the halving, and essentially we rallied through the resistance zone in one go. We didn't even consolidate, and we rally towards the next resistance zone, which is between 11.6 to 12k, drop down towards a support level, which is the block we made throughout the rally, and now we are back inside the resistance zone, through which you can see and divine that there are some crucial levels to manage or to hold if we want to see continuation. But essentially the breakout of Bitcoin occurred around the 22nd of July, which is similar to the breakout of euro dollar. And what does this tell us? Well, essentially it's telling us that the dollar is weakening, and that's a similar case as what we have seen throughout the dot-com bubble, after which euro dollar went from 86 towards 160. Massive move here in just like 6-7 years. And it looks to be the case that we're also reversing right now on euro dollar, as we have made a higher low and currently are facing a resistance zone before we can continue making a move. But what it's telling us is that as long as the dollar is weakening, it's very likely that we're going to see continuation on gold and silver. So the exact same case is happening here as on Bitcoin. We've just seen a very big breakout on euro dollar. Essentially such a rally is a quite large rally for a forex pair, and in this case euro dollar, through which it looks to be the case that we might be topping out short term given this resistance zone and have some consolidation periods. Might be even testing 114 again, but that would be a heavy correction. Once this one starts to correct, the dollar is starting to gain strength back. So the DXI is going to be making a bounce regardless of where it's going to be. It's on support now. If we lose this level, the next level is 89. But given the structure, it seems to be the case that we're going to see a bounce of the DXI, at least short term, towards 95, maybe towards 96. And when the DXI bounces, or when the dollar bounces, the people fly back into the dollar. So when that happens, it seems a very likely case that gold, silver and Bitcoin will see a healthy correction, as strengthening dollar is not usually a good case for Bitcoin and gold and silver in itself, as Bitcoin, gold and silver are hedges towards the dollar. So when this one starts to bounce, it is very likely that euro dollar starts to correct, and then it's also very likely that we're going to see that correction on gold, on silver, and on Bitcoin and Ethereum. Silver itself facing resistance zone, couldn't really break through it. We've seen a wipeout and essentially a slight blow off top. It has to make a new higher high now if it wants to sustain this rally. If we do reject the previous level, so then we have to zoom in some more, even 30 minutes. Alright, so what we see here is that we rejected the previous level was 29. We're holding support. If we want to see continuation, you want to see this breakout. If you do not expect to see continuation, then this is most likely your short, as this is a blow off top. If we lose this level, it seems very likely that we're going to face 26 as a next level. Might be 27, but most likely I'm watching for 26.3, and that would signal a corrective notion on silver, and most likely also on the rest of the markets. Daily time frame, $24. That's where I'm going to be interested on silver. Then gold, essentially the same figure, massive rally upwards, new high, wonderful, overextended move to the upside. We have to zoom in some more to see whether we can see that we're turning around. Essentially, it's the same figure as what you see on Ethereum right now. Still holding support, through which this area, oh, I have to do it the right way, through which this area is the crucial level. As you can see, we've got some bearish dips already, but that will only be valid if we lose this level. If we do lose this level, I'm going to look at 2000 and most likely the area around 1970, and then we have a short-term reversal, and then you can expect the DXY to come up. And that's also what we can be expecting from Bitcoin. If Bitcoin starts to reverse, then as well we get a healthy correction and some more consolidation period before we are going to break through the final hurdle, which is the 11.6 to 12k zone. If we clearly break through it, then the bull market is on fire. BTC also again fighting into resistance zones. Essentially the range low for now is 10.8. And the resistance zone is clearly what we can be defined here, is this block around 11.8 to 12, which is essentially also an order level. I'm not assuming we're going to break through it, but what we can see on smaller time frames is that we essentially broke through 11.3 to 11.4, made a flip, continued to rally towards the resistance zone, and essentially 11.7 is now the crucial level. If we do lose 11.7, essentially the next level I'm going to watch is 11.2 and the area between 10.8 to 11k. And from there we have to see how the structure starts to define. So once we see the price drop towards 11.8, 10.8 or 11k and rejects 11.3 and comes back down, it seems very likely that we're going to correct some more. If we do, however, get a rejection at 11.4, make a higher low, then we are likely going to consolidate in this range. But given that we've got the CME gap as well, it seems very likely that we're just going to consolidate between 10 to 12k for a little while. And it's the nature of the market that's just starting up, is that in the first period there's long range areas. So you see a breakout, consolidation, ranging, compression, breakout. And in that consolidation compression period, you would want to be in altcoin. So it would not be a surprise for Bitcoin to be having a 2-month correction or consolidation period in which overall altcoins will be doing relatively well, and then we just get a copy paste of the movements we've seen previously after the halving. So in that case we'll be turning down and we'll have some corrections, and then later on in October, November we probably break out towards 16k, and then we have a larger corrective move. That seems a very likely case. But at this moment, it starts to look like we're a little bit overextended to the upwards notion. Have to see a slight corrective move, just like euro dollar. Ethereum USDT is also showing a similar figure, as we are inside a crucial level after this breakout. It's the slight block, as we can see here. If we break towards 400, then the next level is 470, but it seems unlikely that when something goes vertical into a resistance zone that you break through it in one go, and therefore I've decided to make a short again on Ether, and looking for potential short additional entries at 410 to 420, looking like closing that short at the 300 area, and then I'm going to be heavy long on the position. Alright, so thank you for watching again. The beginners video will be posted, I guess it's going to be Monday afternoon, or it's going to be Tuesday morning, the day after the live stream. I hope you have enjoyed this video, and I'll see you back tomorrow for the Major Saturday video.